We're doing a 3-day, 2-night trek of the Colca Canyon. We want to tell you about our accommodation, food, the trail, critters including the animals and birds, the transportation, and their cost.
Hi, I'm Emily.
And I'm Chris, and we travel the world full-time.
Our 3-day trek through the Colca Canyon starts off with a very early 3 a.m. pickup from our hotel in Arequipa. Our first stop is the town of Chavay.
Behind me you can see the mountain road that we came down to get into Chavay.
The road is a bit scary, but at least we slept through most of it. Well, we made it through that high mountain pass to the town of Chavay. Let's get some breakfast. We're getting back on the bus, and in about 20 minutes we're hoping to see some condors. It's pretty misty out, so we're a little worried we're not going to see the condors. So here we are at the condor viewing platform, but we're not seeing any condors at all. Our bus leaves in 30 minutes, so hopefully we see some before then. The view into the Colca Canyon is very impressive, but no condors flying for us today. Let's get back on the bus to the trailhead. And now for the main event, we're beginning our 3-day trek of the Colca Canyon. Oh, wow. There they are. Look at them soar.
We finally saw a condor, and then we saw 2.
Day 1's goal is to descend into the canyon. Our stop for the night is just past that bridge, which looks pretty far. Getting a bit closer. A bee-like creature came to keep Chris entertained along the way. It checked in on him about 5 or 6 times to make sure his descent was going well. We made it to the bridge. That was such a steep descent. My toes are killing me. Now a short and mostly flat walk to our homestay for the night. I'm really glad we're not on the 2-day Colca Canyon trek because it just started pouring out, and I feel really bad for the people that have to continue trekking while we stay here in this super cozy room. We're doing the 3-day Colca Canyon trek. There is also a 2-day option. It follows the same route, you just do it faster. So here we are in our cozy room out of the rain. This room comes with a private bathroom,
With a hot shower if you're first.
1 allocated roll of toilet paper.
And if you want to rent a towel, it's 5 soles.
Fortunately, we brought our own. It also has a small scorpion that has come to greet us. We spend the afternoon playing cards and chatting with the other couple we're hiking with. Our dinner is a warm soup and a main course of rice, eggs and potatoes, veggies, and some meat, which was alpaca, so I asked for the vegetarian option instead. We were provided a battery-operated light for our room, but there's no electricity, so I'm really glad we had a portable power pack to recharge our phones overnight.
Let's get some breakfast.
There are so many fruit trees around here.
I'm trying a bit of a pomegranate that our friend here grabbed from a tree. We get some sort of crepe pancake for breakfast this morning. Filled with banana. Tastes great.
We thought the crepes were our full breakfast, and then even more came. Day 2 of the trek is an undulating trail that will end at the Sangalle Oasis and spring-fed swimming pools. You don't need to sign up for a tour to visit the Colca Canyon. You can hike it on your own. But from what we read online, the price is pretty much the same. And with the tour, you don't have to worry about your transportation. Plus, you can hike at your own speed. You don't have to stay with the guide. Today's trail takes us through the smaller towns at the bottom of the canyon.
Apparently the government built a basketball court here, but nobody plays basketball.
The small towns down here receive supplies by mule, and you can stop to buy snacks and water. About 30 minutes before the Sangalle Oasis is this cute little shop, and the guy that works there is so nice, and he sells these snacks and water, and everything is very reasonably priced. These snacks are just 1 sole each. The oasis is just down there, and wow, it looks stunning. From here, we can also see the route we need to take up tomorrow, and it looks pretty steep. Hopefully we'll be okay.
The waterfall here is actually from a spring inside the mountain, and it's a little bit warm, unlike the river here, which is actually really cold. And they channel the water from the springs all the way down to the swimming pools, and that's where we're going to be swimming this afternoon.
And we made it to the end of our day 2 trek. Here we are at the Oasis.
Another simple room with a private bathroom for tonight, but this time with a locking door and electricity.
Now let's get in the pool. How's the water?
It's a little cool, but it's nice.
The Oasis is beautiful. The main reason we opted for the 3-day trek instead of the 2-day one was so we could enjoy more time at the bottom of the canyon. Now let's get to bed so we can be on the trail for 4:30 a.m. for our 4-kilometer, 1,000-meter hike out of the Colca Canyon. This spider will keep watch while we sleep. Headlamps are recommended for the first part of the hike. One of the people in our tour group decided to take a mule to the top instead of hiking. Riding a mule to the top is 70 soles. No matter how you go up, you get some pretty amazing views. After a 2.5-hour steady climb up, we finally hit the top of the canyon, and here we are.
It was tough, but not as tough as we thought it was going to be.
Over the 3 days, we hiked over 23 kilometers and ascended over 1,200 meters. Our last day of the trek includes a breakfast, a stop at some hot springs, which felt pretty awesome after all that hiking, lunch in Chivai, and a stop at the peak of the mountain road at 4,900 meters in elevation. On the 4-hour drive back, which isn't super comfortable due to the lack of legroom, we also spot some super cute alpacas and vicuñas. We booked this beautiful 3-day trek through a tour company in Arequipa for $85. This included round-trip bus transportation from Arequipa to the Colca Canyon, our awesome guide, 2 nights of accommodation, all of the food we showed except for lunch on the last day. It didn't include our entry permit into the Colca Canyon, which is 70 soles per person, water and snacks along the way. We spent about 40 soles per person on these. Entry into the hot springs for 15 soles per person. Lunch on the last day. We didn't go to the recommended buffet restaurant, which is 35 soles per person, and instead we walked to a sandwich place and paid 5 soles for a simple sandwich. Tip for our guide. So in total, the 3-day trek cost us about $130 per person for everything we mentioned. Everything is paid for in soles here, so it's important to bring soles on the track to pay for all the extras we mentioned. The Colca Canyon is an amazing experience. If you're able to travel to Arequipa, Peru, and you enjoy a moderately challenging hike, we highly recommend it. And that's all for now. We'll see you in our next video.